It was a dark and stormy night. It actually is. Our power went out for an hour or so. And the funny thing was, I would always hear my grandparents tell me about stuff, and I went through Girl Scouts, so I was prepared. I went out and I got all my solar lights and I put them all around so that I would have lighting without power. Because you know, you don't know when our power is going to come back on when goes out here. And I put out a candle, I put out incense for the gods because I was really grateful. The last couple of days I've been doing a lot of deep work. And Inori and Loki and Susano and, all the rest, they helped me deal with a lot of like really deep issues. So, I was grateful. And, I was like taking a little nap and I was doing all this other stuff. And then, the sun's like totally down and I have all the accent lights on. I said, you know what? I'll get the girls, meaning the plush foxes, and we'll bring them down. We'll have a camp out. We'll make the best out of this. So I go and I get the girls and I set up their box for a table and I get out all of our camping supplies. Like I've got a emergency lantern for when the power goes out. And I had enough shelf-stable food. So we had got Vienna sausages and I got some crackers out and I had the Hershey spread out that I just got. And I figured we'll make a night of it. It won't be, I wasn't going to open the fridge or anything, let any of the cold air out, but we would have enough. We'd have, water and, what was left of the coffee and that we'd have enough. And just as I put down the meal and I say itadakimasu, not only thank you for the meal and everything, but, inviting the spirits and such to eat first, power comes back on. So then, since I have allergy to everything known to man, I'm running through my house trying to get rid of all these accent lights because, I'm like, because all the pollen, everything from outside was all over those things, so I brought them in. So now I have a nice pollen-y house, and I've been here like, but yeah, that was my adventure. And, sometimes we go through that in life. We have an unexpected adventure, and it takes a positive attitude to make it through it because I could have sat here and whined. I could have sat here and screamed because the phone and the internet were out too. So yeah, there was no communication with the outside world. The only thing I did was I went out to my friend because she'd sent a birthday card. And I went up to see, did she have emergency candles and that? Because she's up in age and I wanted to make sure she at least, we all had running water, thank the gods. And, if you have gas, you had that. But if you had electric, you were kind of stuck. So, like, I was going to make sure she had lights and that. And, yeah. And the funny thing is, my neighbors, instead of, I don't know what they do in their house, but they like to watch me because they know every time the power goes out at night, I'll go out and I'll get those lights because they'll last 4 or 5 hours and they'll give me enough emergency light to walk through the house without, using the, lantern or the flashlight up real fast. We Five Nights at Freddy's people learned about using our flashlights up too fast. So yeah, I was managing my resources and it was kind of fun. It was kind of like going camping, but indoors. Indoor camping is quite fun. So yeah, it was an adventure and we got to go on it and I think they were amused. And that's what happened the last time too. And that was when Loki's goddess side showed up that all the power went out and then the moment I had done something, power came back on. And the moment the power came back on, by the way, it started to rain. So it was one of those things. It was like one of those that gods are like, are you paying attention? Look here, look here. Are you paying attention? And I have found a, maybe not a dragonfly, maybe a damselfly, one of those ethereal things. I put it out of my house and it kept trying to come back into the house. So I found one of those, and I've just been having strange experiences that I haven't told you about. Like the other week, I found Foxy's toe in the middle of my walkway, and it was in way too nice condition. You know those scarecrows I made out of like duct tape and hopes and dreams? Yeah, I found his toe, and it was in perfect condition, so it hadn't been outside. And I'm like, how did his toe get in my walkway? And I found something else somewhere else, so I'm not sure if Loki's doing stuff. Nori, Susano, take your pick. But they're definitely like, we're here, because I keep getting these repeated dreams about we've got you on this. So what I'm gonna do at some time for Lokean Gaming is I got, Bendy Chapter 4 down. I can make it to the final boss battle. I unfortunately can't make it through, but I come from decades ago in gaming where we played for fun. We didn't play for achievements and Steam awards. There was no Steam, there was no internet life. We didn't know any better. And kids will always like, how did you survive? We didn't know any better. Whatever we had was the best you could have. They were table arcade games. And you'd go in and you'd go to play it, and somebody would have pizza and beer and everything, and the glass would be all smeared, and you'd be trying to look at the game and trying to play it, because actually preserving the tabletop surface was usually the last thing in mind of whoever was running the restaurant. But yeah, we had tabletop arcade games. Sometimes you had standing arcade games, but a lot of tabletop arcade games too, and they would use them as, regular restaurant tables, which they probably shouldn't have done. I don't know. I have no idea. But I figured I would share that story with you, so they're all up to mischief. And yeah, I look really dark and mysterious because I'm sitting in the dark, because the power was off, so the AC was off. So I got a treat of finding out what this house would have been like over a century ago. It would have been hot. Would have been hot. So yeah, so I'm not depressed, and I didn't forget to pay the power bill, or you wouldn't be seeing this. But yeah, I'm in the dark because it's hot. It's hot. It's going to go down to the 60s, and I think it's supposed to stay 68, 69 for tomorrow. But yeah, it's cool. And oh, by the way, I drug the tree away by myself, and I told my friend about it because I just wanted to get another perspective. And she's like, he wants to charge you what? I said, yeah, and I said, he knows with my disabilities, I don't always go look in my yard. If I don't physically have to go out my backyard, because my heel's like really rutted and everything, I don't go. And he knew I hadn't seen it. He knew if I'd seen it with leaves and that, I would have told him to leave it alone, because he's always after something to do. And she goes, well, did you ask him to do it? And I said, no. He says, I'll come back next week. And I said, mm-hmm. I said, I didn't tell him yes. I didn't ask him to come. I said, when I heard him up there, I figured, well, he's fooling around all the time. Or if he's cutting it, it really must be dead. I said, he lied to me, and I'm mad. So she was like, yeah, you're definitely not giving him anything, because, he did that to get himself money. And I said, he's always all around town spending money. It's not like he needed it. It's not like he's in dire straits like he plays. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Look, he's like, oh, we handled it. And at some time, eventually, on Lokean Gaming, I will play, Chapter 4 for you. I like that game. It's not too violent. There was somebody that did a negative review of it, and because I was reading the reviews before I got it, and they said it was, like, way too violent. Now, it is violent compared to what it used to be, but it's like 80s level of violence. There's, like, 2 boss fights in this chapter, and that's it. Honestly, that's it. There's like a part where you have to run and like try not to get killed, but 2 parts where you have to run and try not to get killed, but other than that, that's it. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye bye.